Hello. All right. So, this is a post-mortem / retrospective analysis of the Impure Blood Volume 2 Kickstarter campaign. Largely, this is going to be for myself to record my thoughts in the wake of the Impure Blood Volume 2 Kickstarter. I'm making it public, so as a way to keep me accountable, but largely this is going to be for myself, for my own thoughts and records, and kind of to get it all out and kind of help me get to help me get my thoughts out and to look back and see what went well about the Kickstarter, what didn't go as well as I would have liked, and what I can improve upon to make the next one good. So we're going to get into a bit of the weeds here. It's going to get a bit crunchy and stuff like that. So if the business side of things isn't your jam, feel free to skip. But this is also kind of a way, as I mentioned, to keep me accountable to my backers and my audience, and just anybody in general. Let's see. So we're going to be asking ourselves a couple questions, or I'm going to be asking myself a couple questions that I think will be helpful to me moving forward. Those 5 questions are: what went well? What didn't go as well as I would have liked? What have I learned? What still puzzles me? And then we're going to wrap with the actions I plan on taking moving forward and before the next campaign launches. So, again, if this sounds boring to you, I invite you to give it a pass. But as I mentioned, this is largely for me, but figured I'd share it and see what people think. All right, so what went well? Well, we funded, so that went pretty well. And not only that, we funded to the tune of 120%, which is consistent with my last Kickstarter. And so that's good and healthy growth, as any business person would tell you, I hope. So yeah, that's awesome, and I'm very happy with that. Let's see. The other big number that I'm particularly proud of is the conversion rate for followers of the Kickstarter campaign. Let's see. I don't actually, unfortunately, have the numbers right in front of me, but let's see. Of the people that followed the campaign, we had a 40% conversion rate, which is really good. As I understand it, the typical conversion rate is about 20%, so I mean, definitely something to be proud of there. Let's see. The campaign overall went very well. I always enjoy doing the daily drawings because it gives me fun inspiration for fun little doodles to do. I may start just doing that on Instagram and stuff like that as, kind of a contest and a way to, expand my social media following, etc. So, yeah, all of those went well. And I also kind of want to express some gratitude regarding the fact that this happened at all. It's been a ridiculous year for me personally, as well as all of the other things that have gone on during 2020. So I have experienced quite a bit of personal upheaval in my life. I've had to move. I got divorced, and so between August and the months leading up to the Kickstarter, I got divorced. I was gone in August drawing caricatures at two fairs, two 10-day fairs, and then quarantined for 5 days after both of those. And I didn't get COVID. So yeah, this Kickstarter happened at all on schedule, and that it funded and that I experienced the success that I experienced is something of a minor miracle. So yeah, I'm deeply, and then and then September I moved, and then October I launched a Kickstarter. So yeah, it's been a hell of a year, and that this thing happened at all is a minor miracle. So let's see. So that is awesome. Let's see. And I'm very pleased with that. What didn't go so well? More of a few points of concern. We funded at 120%. The first campaign we had 205 backers and raised $9,080. The second campaign, 190 backers to the tune of $11,875. So fewer backers this time around, but a higher raise, which on the surface certainly seems well, but it's a little bit dangerous just because it makes me more reliant on a smaller amount of backers. And so, in future campaigns, if those people don't show up and back as high as they did, that's bad times. So I think diversifying or expanding the audience and diversifying and stuff like that definitely going to be the way to go moving forward, but we'll get to that. Let's see. Other things that didn't go well, I had a high-level backer back out at the last minute, and something of a notorious problem backer. I kind of saw him coming and stuff like that, so I'm not hugely surprised. I did try a charm offensive against him to, get him, personally involved and engaged. I did a little sketch of his girlfriend or something like that, and in an effort to make sure or to get him involved and engaged and committed to the campaign, but didn't happen. But then of course, he backed out, which is crap. But I learned, and getting a little ahead of myself, I learned maybe don't do that. But then on the other hand, we funded, and then he dropped out. And I kind of posted about that, and then literally within 2 hours after I dropped that post, I had a bunch of other backers raise their pledges, and within 2 hours we were back up to the funded level. So that's huge, and I'm extremely grateful for that as well. Let's see. Other things that didn't go as well as I would have liked. I didn't get as much play on social media as I did the last time. With the Volume 1 campaign, I felt like if I posted on social media almost immediately, well, within a couple hours after that, I would get an influx of backers, and that did not materialize this time around. In fact, we had a stretch of about 5 days in which there was literally zero movement, no new backers for about 5 days. So that's a little confusing. Probably goes under the category of what still puzzles me, but kind of doing free flow form, kind of doing stream of consciousness a little bit here. So let's see. Let's see. What else? Other things that didn't go as well as I liked. Well, I kind of overlapped with a major election this time around, so I don't think I'm going to do that ever again if I can help it. And it's hard to quantify how much or whether that affected things for me, but I think, yeah, moving forward, I think I'm definitely going to avoid election years, or at least any campaign that overlaps with an election ever again. So let's see. What have I learned? I've learned that expanding, yeah. Oh, and the other thing that didn't go, I'm not sure where to put this exactly, but the other thing that didn't go quite as well as I would have liked was, of course, because of the coronavirus pandemic, I was not able to go to conventions and sell books, and also get new subscribers to my email list. And because of all the things going on with my personal life, I wasn't able to take a whole lot of action and get new audience members and new mailing list subscribers, because I wasn't going to conventions, and I did not adjust to that. I did not seek out new ways of getting new people on my newsletters. Well, that's not entirely true. I did have a Facebook ads campaign going on that between the end of the first one and this one, excuse me, I did have a Facebook campaign going on between the end of the first, which at first went really well. I was able to get about 5 new email list subscribers a week during the first several months of that, but then for some reason between August, or from August on, that dried up. It was like the same ad, the same everything, but for whatever reason, people were not subscribing to the email list like they had previously. So, yeah, and I'm not sure if something was going on Facebook, but yeah, so that, and so the fact that stopped for some reason getting new people on my email list, and the fact that posting on social media didn't yield the results that it did in the previous campaign this time around. I'm kind of wondering about Facebook and stuff like that. So maybe I'll spend some time looking into that and seeing what happened, if there's some kind of change going on. I know Facebook's, of course, been under quite a bit of scrutiny lately, and for a good reason. But yeah, so those two items definitely go under the category of what is still puzzling me. Let's see. What have I learned? I've learned that audience growth is always important, and I want to continue to get new backers, or not just new backers, just more subscribers to the email list constantly. Like, having that growth is kind of always important. So I want to, yeah. So I think I will be putting more effort into that. Now let's see. As far as, all right. So I think that covers most of the basics. So as far as actions, I will be taking between now and the launch of Impure Blood Volume 3. I will be, of course, looking to fulfill the Impure Blood Volume 2, naturally. Backer kit surveys I'm aiming to have out by the end of this week, aiming to have the book to the printer by the end of next week. and then, of course, the nitty-gritty of moving forward and fulfilling all of the campaigns and stuff like that. Let's see. Additionally, I want to dive further into the comics launch, ad launch program, and see if I can figure out and/or fix what started to go wrong, or why subscribers from my Facebook ad started to dry up. Why I didn't not only see why I seem to stop getting subscribers, but also create a new ad, which I will launch and hopefully be able to get more people on my email list. Additionally, I want to take part in a viral giveaway and get more people on my list that way. Let's see. Those are the, but largely, mostly to get into the ad launch program, because I haven't really totally listened to the whole thing yet, and yeah. So, so a little bit of a pat on the back for having the Facebook ad success that I've had thus far for that. But yeah, so can do better. Let's see. And yeah, I think those are the main things. So that is my plan moving forward. I think I also did a much better job this time around than the first time around managing my other commitments while the Kickstarter campaign was running, and not as good as I would have liked, but definitely better. So that could be improved a little bit. So might do a little bit more. Might be a little bit more mindful of clearing the decks and stuff like that before Impure Blood Volume 3. So I am trying to do a bit of a tight turnaround before the launch of Volume 3, which I'm shooting for February. I'm shooting the launch in February, so that's going to be exciting. But then I'm hoping that's about 4 months, and I want to get everything fulfilled before I launch that. Just good practice. But then between February and September, that'll be a little bit more time to delve into some other things. So, okay, I think that's by and large what I wanted to say and the thoughts that I wanted to get out. But I hope everybody had fun. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm also, this is a bit more nebulous as far as action goals go, but I am looking to make the campaign more fun. And I think I will, next campaign, I will be introducing some more games and stuff like that. I have since learned that doing a raffle, which, you know, the daily drawing can easily be qualified as a raffle, that doing that on Facebook is kind of, or excuse me, doing that on Kickstarter is kind of a no-no. So, I will be looking at a different way to apply. I'll be looking for different ways to apply that for the next campaign. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the big stuff. So, thank you to everyone who participated, and thanks to everyone who's watching this. I'm hoping to duplicate my success thus far in the Kickstarter universe, and looking to bring you Impure Blood Volume 3 early 2021, and yeah, to bigger and better things.